So we'll explore the key features of one recognized ethical framework for counselling and psychotherapy used by qualified, trained counsellors and psychotherapists. So let's explore the BACP, the British Association for Counselling and Psychotherapy. The British Association for Counselling and Psychotherapy is a professional association for trained counsellors that provides an ethical framework and shared structure from which to work. All members of the BACP must commit to abide by and implement their work, the ethical framework. The framework provides a means to adopt a standard of care for the client, ensuring all individuals receive a similar service. It ensures practitioners use their knowledge and skills correctly and are representing themselves appropriately. The framework also, at least to some degree, may inform the decisions of a practitioner by providing a reference point. The ethical framework referenced, so the most recent version of the published ethical framework of the BACP is 218, a framework that is updated regularly, given that counselling ethics do not stand still, according to Bond 215. And has three key sections: commitment to clients, ethics and good practice, which we'll summarize shortly. So commitment to clients, ensuring counsellors are trustworthy to support an open and authentic relationship between counsellor and client. This involves making a commitment to putting clients first, working to professional standards, within competence, with up-to-date skills and knowledge through collaboration, managing one's own well-being and keeping appropriate records, and showing respect through valuing and protecting each client, ensuring open dialogue and agreement and collaboration in ways in which the therapeutic relationship will work. Ethics, based on values, including but not limited to respecting human rights and dignity, enhancing well-being and capabilities, protecting the safety of clients. Principles: trustworthy, autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, justice, self-respect, and personal moral qualities. Internalized values: personal, relational, and professional moral qualities that inform good practice. The values expressed inform principles. The progression of values to principles comes when values are increasingly defined and aligned with action. When a practitioner must make a decision, it may be considered as valid and well considered when it aligns with the stated principles. Although it is not always feasible to exclusively align with all principles, practitioner moral principles can be considered as internalized values of the practitioner, and congruence between personal and professional values is suggested by the BACP to be supportive of the therapeutic or other relationship. Overall, the ethical framework provides a reference points for situations that may arise, especially potentially challenging situations which can leave a counsellor ethically or otherwise challenged. Good practice. Good practice sets out the expectations of the practitioner members of the BACP, working with the principles and values as set by the ethical framework, and highlights the accountability of working within the framework. Good practice is consolidated into 15 key areas: putting clients first, working to professional standards and respect, building an appropriate relationship, breaks and endings, integrity, accountability and candor, confidentiality, working with colleagues and in teams, supervision, training and education, trainees, research, care of self as a practitioner, responding to ethical dilemmas and issues. This section highlights the commitment that members make to work within the framework. A counsellor should familiarise themselves with the framework and training, and may refer to the framework through their practicing career in response to specific ethical challenges with clients or when the framework is updated. An example here would be due to, for example, when we had the pandemic, and obviously things have changed, in terms of seeing clients face-to-face at time. And we sort of incorporated, at least in sessions, an increasing use of distance technology, and much of therapy or counselling, at least, had been moved online at that point. So the framework should be updated to account for variations in the environment. And given the impact of confidentiality, counsellor competence, needs for specialist training, communication issues, and research gaps, according to Stoll et al. 220. Importantly, the application of this ethical framework should be in a mindful and critical way, given the diversity of individuals and relationships as proposed by Bond 2000, who states that being ethical not only involves wrestling with issues in a systematic and considered way, but also taking personal ownership of responsibility for acting ethically. These are major components of ethical mindfulness, but also these are key features of a framework one must mindfully work within.